So I'm gonna come at it like this. When you go to court, when you go down to family court, first of all, let me come at it this way. This is a proper court setting. Let's use a woman that wants child support as the example, because that's exactly the way it is. When a woman wants to sue you for child support, she finds a court. Court is where things are settled. You will allow child support to tell you it ain't it's what she wants. It's always, they gotta automatically give it to the woman. It's what she wants. So you get a letter to come to court for child support. And the letter says, bring this, bring that, bring all the stuff, blah, 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 blah. And what do? Like a super idiot, you bring it. I've never took my stuff to paper. I never took my paperwork to court. Never. When a judge asked me how much I made after I got in it, and I wrote it down on a napkin and handed it to the bailiff, I said $500 a month. That's how I got the $259. That's why I got that. I was like, cool. But he knew what I was doing, because I hit him with an ethics violation. I filed a charge on him in federal court. And then he was like, oh, he ain't one to be played with. No, you will not come here and run up in my bunhole for this chick. So you get sued. And then that person's supposed to submit evidence, et cetera, et cetera. The reason why a lot of you guys are paying child support to women that are on welfare is because you allowed an unbroken process. That woman has been getting from you and don't deserve child support. And they're not supposed to be getting welfare from you. But you allow the system, you allow the process, so you get screwed. That's why a lot of you guys make all these claims about the process. And I'm here to tell you, I don't believe in the process, and you do. And that's how you get screwed. So when you are asked to bring all your paperwork to court, you should not take your paperwork to court. You should look at the paper and you should ask the following things. When do I got to return this paperwork in? Who am I going to go see? And I want the specifics of why I'm being sued. Let me give you an example. When Atia LaShawn Bradley was suing me for court, they sent me a letter. It didn't say who I was going to go see, as I stated. It's because I could have an ethics violation against that judge. I need to know who I'm going to go see. It didn't have who I was going to. It just said, bring your paperwork down here, and a bunch of threats in bold letters. So I responded with, this letter that you sent, there's no court seal on it. Where's the authenticity of this document? Also, it just said you're being sued for child support. I already had a child support case in, so it didn't tell me if I was asking for a decrease, an increase, or just she don't want child support no more at all. Why am I being invited here? It said none of that. So I sent the letter, I sent the judge, I found out who the head family court judge, at the time it was Judge Sally Floriana of the 212 Washington Street in Newark, New Jersey. I found out who that was. I sent the letter to her and I said, you need to get your stuff together, because my next thing is to file a motion in federal court, and you could explain to them, we can all go down there together. You could explain to them, why are you sending me a letter telling me you're suing me? I wasn't served. Like I said, who's sending me this? What is it, upward or downward? How am I to prepare for this? And where's the original motion? You guys, you allow yourselves to be sued by, what you allow is a woman to take you to court, sit back and let the courts be her built-in attorney. You allow that. That is wrong. And the second you give into that, it's the reason why you lose. We teach you how to respond to that. So when you text us $50 consultation, I'm ready, 732-875-9111, and you hire us to draft you up a motion to respond. They'll understand all this stuff, and you go file it with the clerk. You don't take nothing down to court. You don't take no paperwork down to family court. You don't do that. That's a no-no. You don't. That's like, listen, simply put, simple perspective. Taking your paperwork down to family court when they send you a letter saying you're being sued for child support, taking your paperwork down to court is no different than answering a phone call and they say, Mr. Johnson, you won $10,000. All you got to do is give us your social, bank information, and authorization to access to your account, and we'll send you the money. It's the same thing. Why? Because you have no idea what's being done. Do you know how many individuals that was told? Do you know how many individuals I've helped in my career, in my 25 years of doing this? Do you know how many individuals that got sued for child support? Their name was not on the birth certificate. They responded, I wouldn't have did it, but they responded with, my name ain't on the birth certificate. Only for child support to say, well, once you send us all your paperwork, we'll have the birth certificate at court so you can sign it. It's not illegal for them to trick you. They can say, well, we love Bunhole down here. Bring your paperwork or yours is ours. That's not illegal. Remember that. Remember that. They can do all the tricks. They can play all the games. They can do whatever. It doesn't matter. They can lie to you. It does not matter. It don't. They don't owe you the truth. This is why I tell individuals what makes me so effective, right? Because you guys believe the lies. But what makes me so effective is I am an excellent litigator. You won't win with me. You're not going to win. You know why you're not going to win? Because you have to use a lot of tricks to get me to believe what you're saying. And if my friend is right, he says, Smitty, you level 1 autistic, man. You just smart as all hell, and you just direct and things that my mom told me also. My mom told me, you demand presence when you walk in a room. One dude told me when I was 23, he was 49. He said, young man, I'm gonna tell you something. If people don't understand what you're saying, it's because they don't like you. He said, I've never heard nobody talk like you before. When I was buying my house, I had an individual say, wow, that is an excellent plan. In my 27 years of buying houses, I have never heard a plan like that. That is a beautiful plan. So when I went to court, my nerd was having a picnic. It was a heyday for me. So you got to understand, when I listen to a lot of you guys tell me your story, I'm like, how the hell did that happen? And then I had to realize what everybody been telling me over the years. Your level of intellect is, bro, you way up in the stars, man. Man, don't nobody think like you. And that's what you get when you hire us for help. That's what you get. This is why is it fitting that I sit here today on the 21st rather, of April 2025, and I will say again, I'm the only one that says my child's mom named Atila Sean Bradley. Remember, I want y'all to remember, today is the 21st of April 2025. And unlike y'all, I trained Atila Sean Bradley. I trained her like a dog. Sit, don't quit me. You bringing me down here again? Oh, you ain't learned your lesson? Stop sitting in the house. You see that look on my face? That's what it gets down to. Y'all, I'm telling you, y'all think that child support is a family court they said I gotta get weekends and I asked for that. Like the dumbest thing I've heard last week. And guy, he hired us. He hired us, so he's in good hands now. But the dumbest thing I heard as of late, my attorney said that I can't get 50-50 custody because there's an accusation of. I want you to listen to this. It's crazy. It's crazy. And he brought it. Like I said, he hired us. He hired us Friday. So the faith of his baby mama is not going to be looking good from this point on. But he goes to court and was not even. Let me give the court some respect. His attorneys got in his bunhole early. Yeah, they got in there early. They got in his bunhole and told him right up the. Oh no, because there's an accusation. Paper. There was no accusation. Accusations was only in the attorney's office to help him understand. Because of this, you can't get this. You can't get that. You can't get that. You can't get full custody. I mean, equal custody. I said, well, what did they say in court? Oh, they never said nothing in court. This is what y'all go through. But like I said, he hired us. And once again, the sooner y'all understand this method, the better off y'all will be. Whenever the courts invite you to something, you never take no paperwork down there. You never call them up. You never do none of that. You respond with emotion. And then I would suggest you go to court and you don't say anything. Ain't no sense in talking. No sense in talking. Just shut up. It makes no sense to talk. Don't talk. They want you to talk. They want you to talk. Because when you talk, they get to question you. And you got to understand, whenever somebody's listening to you that don't want to believe you, you're only going to respond with a perspective to support their narrative. So ain't no sense of going to court talking. There's no sense in your paperwork. If anything, when they ask you for paperwork, you respond with emotion. That tells them right off the bat, this guy knows court ethics. This guy knows court protocol. But when you respond, taking everything down there, et cetera, that's where you messed up at. That's where you messed up. Hold on a second. Let me see this right here. I got it. Mm-hmm. So, hey, what's going on, Groove? I see you. What's up, man? Chaos is in here. Facts is in here. What's going on, humans? Once again, you guys need not never take your paperwork to family court. Never. You respond with emotion. I'm going to tell you the biggest, and I mean the biggest trap why this thing keeps sending me this? All right. So I'm gonna tell y'all the biggest, and I mean the biggest trap in child support. The biggest trap in child support is dealing with women on welfare. Biggest trap. Biggest trap. When you dealing with a woman, now I'm gonna go left when I say this. A lot of you guys, you have babies with chicks, and you don't care that she go down there on welfare because it's part of the money grab. You know she is just sitting, she live with you, and she be like, well, I'm going on welfare, and you saying to yourself, well, that's the easy way. Yeah, this and that. Oh, ogly, dogly, smugly, ogly. Yeah, you know she on welfare. Then what happens is she comes down on family housing. Once she come down on public housing, your bunhole gets the ultimate grease. Your bunhole is now, she done used you. She done played you. You're sitting there now and you're like, and I did, and I did, and I did, and I did, and I did. This is what you're saying. And I did, and I did. You hit me up, and I did, and I did. And I did, and she was living with me. And you come and you talk to me, you're talking to me all proud. Yeah, you talking to me all proud. You talking to me like all your T's is crossed and your I's are dotted. But the one thing I'm saying to myself is, well, it was okay for her to go on welfare. You was down with that. You was good with the fact that she took you down for welfare. You was okay with it. I mean, her to be on welfare. You knew you was dealing with a welfare chick. You knew when you shot your load off. When she shot a load off, you knew when she shot that load off. When you shot that load off, excuse me. When you shot that load off, you knew you got a piece of trash pregnant. And you knew you was calculating in your brain, okay, well, she gonna be on welfare, you know, she ain't gonna quit a nigga. She ain't gonna quit a nigga because she on welfare, you know what I mean? She gonna, you know, but no, she is gonna get you. Y'all dealing with these sex snakes. Yeah, that's what we gonna call this piece. Y'all dealing with these sex snakes. Yeah, you think you can tame a sex snake. Yeah, she using sex to live her life. She using her babies to make sure she gets housing. So the ultimate goal is to just burn time with you, suck a nut. Give me a second. Suck a nut, you know. Suck a nut, you know, fondle your balls. You want a thumb, she want to thumb your balls. You just think you got it made. You got a download chick you ain't got to put much money into because she's a welfare hoe. You know, you love that welfare hoe, you know, and you don't care. You know, you just giving out ski. You don't care. You know, she's a welfare hoe, you know. You don't care about that. Then you don't realize that she's a sex snake. And what happens with all snakes, they size you up. Oh, waiting to bite you. Just timing everything just right. Just timing everything just right, you know. Just let me take y'all through it so y'all understand. Let me take y'all through it. Hold on. Let me take y'all through it. Let me take y'all through it. Y'all think I'm playing. Let me take y'all through it. Because she lived with you, right? Yeah, she lived with you. Then she come home because y'all playing house. You're happy, you know. You got a little junior and junior, and everything is just all jiggy. You know, everything's jiggy. And then hey, there's a letter from you over there on public housing. And she. Congratulations. You came up on housing. We got a 3-bedroom for you. Due to our calculations, your rent is only going to be $4. And then you say, what it say? She say, oh, I got public housing. I got public housing. It echoes. I got public housing. I got public housing. And then you pull a Brandy on that, and you be like, well, what about us? What about us? And she like, no, I got public housing. And then the nightmares start. Yeah, I get into arguments because she don't want to thumb your balls. She don't want to thumb your balls. No. Now when you're about to nut in it, see, she jerk, oh, get off me. I don't want you nutting in me. She got different plans now. She's on a different mission with no permission. Yeah, she changed everything up immediately when she got that letter. She got that letter. But you knew who she was. Yeah, you knew who she was. And she went down there. Now she's going down there telling welfare. You want to know who my baby daddy is? Oh, I found him. And then she takes them paperwork. Yeah, she takes them paperwork. Yeah, that's right. Your bunhole is in the clink now. Oh, yeah. But there's a way to get back at these chicks, these liars, these whores. And a family court attorney is not going to tell you how to do this. A family court is going to just say, well, she applied for welfare. They ain't going to tell you that, oh, no, she's committing fraud. Not going to tell you that. Not going to tell you that. Not going to tell you, well, fraud and everything else means to when you got something based on a lie. Not going to tell you that. Not going to tell you that. So you guys need to understand that. You guys need to understand the biggest scam is when you go ahead and hook up with a welfare chick and you thinking that, oh yeah, well, I'm cool because she on welfare. Everybody makes out. No, because she going to want to go to the next level. And the next level of welfare is selling S down the river. Oh yeah, and believe me when I tell you, she got no problem sitting out on the curb waiting for the cheapest buyer. I promise you this.